guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Milan Kabata. Kama wewe ni mgeni hapa, karibu, subscribe, share, like, give me a thumbs up if you like my video. So I just had to put that out there. So karibuni sana. Today my video is purely motivated and inspired by all the things that have been happening on social media. One, I've realized that all these things have boiled down to privilege. I'm seeing a lot of stories on social media that come down to racial privilege, to classism, where people have privilege because they have money in their pockets. And then there is the gender privilege, where some people, depending on their gender, think the other gender is less. So let's talk about it. I was very touched by the video of Angie K on Instagram. For those people who don't know what I'm talking about, there was a young lady who recorded herself giving a very horrid story about some mannerless guy. Mannerless is the word because you do not go spanking people in the streets and thinking that's okay, you know? So yeah, I'm fired up about that. I am very heartbroken on her behalf and on behalf of every woman who has ever gone through such an embarrassing situation because of some jackass, excuse my French, because of some jack who thinks that me, I feel like doing this, so I'm gonna do it. It's very, very bad. I'm in the streets back in 2014 or 2015, Pale fire station, and some guy randomly came and grabbed both of my boobs, y'all. Both of my boobs. I looked past, he walked away like nothing happened. The streets in Tao are crazy, so he literally evaporated into the crowd. But what would I have done anyway? And I can tell you, by the time I was reaching Odeon in the matatu, I was in tears. I felt bad, I felt violated, I felt disrespected, I felt invisible, like no one saw it. People just went about their business like nothing happened, and it's the most painful thing. I saw several conversations coming up on social media about the rape culture, and people always thinking that the rapist is a dirty ass guy who will take you to some Napier grass farm and rape you. No. And that's the thing. Our basic training in everything in this country is so shallow. We are not able to interpret scenarios and situations the way they should, to the severity and the seriousness they need to be interpreted into. And that's what aggravates me. You know, when we talk about rape, like, you see, I'm so sick and tired of people, like, for example, in the comment section, when somebody asks, maybe she was wearing some tight ass clothes, that's why he had to spank her. You see, you're the problem with this country. You're the problem with this globe, in fact, not this country. Pastors rape children and congregations will be speaking in tongues, trying to speak it out, speak the demons out. How dare you? Pastors don't rape. They speak the word of God. Ignorance. My husband raped me. He owns you. He paid your dowry. Ignorance. I went to a party, mom. I ended up blacking out. Somebody spiked my drink. And I know I was raped because I can feel it. Nimekuambia mara ngapi usiende hizi bash. Ignorance. We refuse to hear these women. We refuse to hear our own children. And that's the thing, the trust levels of everybody in this society is so messed up, and I look at it from a parental point. Because if this is a young lady on social media saying something like that, and people are talking like that, me, I want to speak to parents and guardians and anyone who has a lady, which means it's all of us, because every one of us has a young lady we know who trusts us, who is a relative, a sister, or whatever. I'll speak to our parents right here. Please listen to your kids. Please. If your kid keeps insisting they don't want to see Uncle so and so, can you dig that shit out? Can you investigate it? When I tell you, caretaker alinifanyia hivi na hivi usiku, and I didn't like it, can you handle that? wachana na hizo stories. You will handle that later. But please don't let your children suffer in silence because they'd rather be raped and keep quiet. Some people have been raped, carried pregnancies of their perpetrators, and no one knows that shit. No one. Utaambia parent wako nini? Ulikuwa wapi? And it's so sickening to think. It's so sickening to think. We are living in a society where people don't reason. Ignorance is our mantra of life. That point was about parents. The other thing I sort of now started thinking about, was something I always talk about to everyone, like my best friend and my boyfriend a lot, is just the fact that our police stations, like, let's not even begin with the fact that we are talking about the police brutality in this country. As I was talking about sheer ignorance, we cannot even begin to measure the intelligence of our police. So when you tell me a young lady is going to walk up to a police station and claim she was raped by her husband, to people who have no literal understanding of what rape is, it's crazy. I don't understand why still there are no there are no female, I don't know whether they are called gender desks or they are called female desks or something, for women to come report specific sexual assault cases, because they are very special cases, you know? Please, I mean, how many times have you had a story of somebody going to the police station claiming they were raped and then they were raped by those policemen? There's no safe haven for these situations, and it's bad. I've just painted a scenario where, worst case scenario, your parents don't believe you, so you look to the cops. Dumb as hell, as usual. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They laugh at you, they question you about things that don't even matter. Why don't we have a psychiatrist paid by the government to be at a desk in the police station, or a counselor, or somebody with the basic understanding of how mentally decapitating these situations can be, and somebody who can advise the ladies properly. The other day I had my cousins over, and they are young ladies in their early 20s, and I asked them, do you even know the procedures of when you are raped, what you should do? Do you know? Do we know? Do we know if you are raped, where should you go first? The police station or the hospital? And if you're going to the hospital, what are the precautions that you should ensure that you do 1, 2, 3, 4, so that by the time you're in the hospital, what is the evidence you should collect or take to the hospital? How are the scenarios played out so that you are not able to destroy any evidence, even with your knowledge, without your knowledge? Do young chicks know this? Do you think you'll smamisha a 17-year-old and ask her, tell me what you should do as a firefighting mode when you're raped? What next? They don't know. I can't trust my parents. When you go to schools, what do they train young girls? Me, I don't remember being trained about rape. I don't remember being trained about assault and what it means. We and I'm not saying education is not important, but at the same time we we put so much unnecessary material in our curriculums, but the most things, life skills and things that will be used every single day of our lives, we do not put them into. God, we do not. So my cousins were like, yeah, I asked them, do you know you're not supposed to shower after somebody rapes you? Are they supposed to learn that in the movies? So our system is failing us all the way from our training institutions. We go to the police. I don't even know whether they know. I don't even think they know. I don't think so. I don't know. And the shame that comes with rape, young girls don't even know that rape, it's not only pregnancy you can get from rape. You can get a lot of STDs, STIs, and that's why you need to check yourself into a medical a medical facility, like a hospital, so that they can check you and know whether you've ruptured anything or you need medication. You need to take some medicine to precaution, like to guard you from getting HIV. That is mandatory once you're raped. Young girls don't know these things. Who taught them? Their parents don't talk about sex, let alone rape. Their teachers. You see, that's the other thing. You remember when you were being taught about girl things in class 6, and when you started your menstruation, and every single time that lesson would come in and the teachers had brought in a counselor or somebody to talk to you about your period and your boobs growing and everything, boys had to walk out. You had to hide your pads under your sweater so that boys cannot know you have pads. It was frowned upon that you are a lady from the beginning. So if we are not able to talk about menstruation in front of men, how are we supposed to educate the same men that when you touch a lady without permission, it's wrong? You see you see what I'm talking about? We have it all wrong. All wrong. Until today, there are guys who can't say menstruation. There are guys who can't say pads, let alone grown men can't. They can't even imagine. It's a sin. How dare I? Women are getting raped in churches, in the gym, on the road, in the matatu they're being assaulted, in the shops. At home no one believes them. Even in their homes they are raped. In the police station they are raped. The other day in Embu, a whole DCI officer, I don't know whether it's a DCI officer, raped a suspect. Even suspects are being raped. Where are we heading to? And if you're not angry after watching this video, please do your homework. All ages are alike. All ages are alike. There are many women in their 30s, 40s, 50s who've been continuously raped by their partners. They don't even know that is rape. They don't know that you can say no to your husband. You can say no to your boyfriend. You can say no to somebody who's courting you. They don't know. It's not a basic principle of life because it was never taught to them. They were taught the latter. You lay low. You lay low. Hakukugonga, lay low. And that's the problem. Our young children in class 4, class 5, class 6 have people assaulting them in schools. They have teachers touching them inappropriately. They can't tell you why. They don't even know what inappropriate is. They know it within themselves because they are human and they know, that didn't feel right. But they're never taught that that is actually factually, that is wrong. And that's the problem. So yeah, this video is just to vent out and also showcase that there are so many systematic errors happening from our education, our training. How we train young people is how they grow. And if young people grow up seeing grown people being brainwashed to thinking that a pastor cannot sexually assault someone, then they grow into that. You can't tell me anything. Rape doesn't exist. And that's the problem. Let's learn to do our homework. Let's strive to educate ourselves. Let's learn to educate the younger ones because our education is not doing it. Our education system is not doing it. If you have a son, can you train them? This is how you treat a lady. If it's a lady, this is how you should be treated. And if somebody does 1, 2, 3, 4, lay it out for them. It is wrong. It is wrong. Let's enable young people to speak. And for those people who are grown-ups, na hamujasoma, na hamujaelewa, strive to know better. Strive to do better. Because we can't live in a society like this. We can't. Where people don't even know the meaning of assault. People don't know the meaning of rape. People have no basic principle of life, let alone just... It's sad. So I'm appealing to anyone who has a son, young people around them, please talk to young people. I'm discouraged by how young guys in their 19 years, 18 years of living think women are objects. Because they've seen that shit growing up. They've seen it on the internet. They've seen women are for sale. They've seen women are things you just pick up and drop when you want. And we need to remove that mentality from our young people. Otherwise, these are the parents we will have. We are normalizing things that are wrong across board. The authorities, the training institutions, our parents, our whole of society, and we need to change it. So yeah, I know this video, I'm angry. I'm angry because I'm a woman and I know it feels bad. And now if a lady can't say that they were assaulted, and we know how much gayism is creeping up, do you think your son is going to tell you they were sodomized? Because they don't even know what sodomy is. They don't know. That's why boys in boys schools, in high school, boy high schools, they get sodomized. They can't tell their parents because how do I even begin to utter these words? Which parent? Which one? The one saying praise God every day. And I'm not saying praise God is bad, but please let's cut the hypocrisy. Let's cut the hypocrisy of thinking that we are perfect and things go the way they should. Please, let's cut it out. If a girl can't say her boob was touched or somebody grabbed her behind, do you think your son is ever going to tell you that he was bent over by some random man? He's embarrassed. So socially, he's not allowed to speak or express. Who will listen? And if they listen, will they understand? Do they have the basic knowledge to understand and internalize what they've just been told? And after they internalize, what's the process? What's the process, legal process, medical process to ensure that this person is okay? Do they need to go to see a physician? Do they need to see a counselor? Are they good? We need to think as a society. We need to do better. We need to stop complaining about how the world is the people we bring up. And if we bring up people who are not able to talk or be told what is right and what is wrong by stance, then we're heading nowhere. We're heading nowhere. So do your homework. Rape culture. Have you done anything to cultivate it? Think deeply. Do you talk to your children? Do you know your children? Do you know your siblings? Are you a person your child can come to if they were raped? Do you know what assault is? Would you defend your child if they told you they were assaulted by a family member, by your local pastor, by their teacher, by their dentist, by their gynecologist? In this time and age, let's do our homework. Let's investigate. Let's educate. And let's not splatter our ignorance all over social media. If you don't know something, please keep quiet. And let's protect our girls and boys as young as they are. Let's not continue the generation of corrosiveness with bad attitudes and ignorance and a lot of assumptions and a lot of pretense when it comes to parenting. When it comes to our religion, a lot of pretense. And I hope we do better. So that's it. My name is Milan Kabata. Sasa nimekuwa motivational speaker kwa hii video, but I had to. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I did, and I hope it spoke to some of you. I hope you share this video. And yes, the last time I checked today, we were at 411 subscribers. Please push me to go to 500. I have really snailed through this process, but slowly but sure. Slow but sure. But I appreciate all my subscribers. Please share. Tell your friends to come here and subscribe and share their conversations. And yeah, let's continue spreading the word. I love you. Mwah. Subscribe. Nipatie thumbs up kama umependa hii video. Bye.